Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video I want to talk about something that I believe everybody has learned at some point in their life, been taught this if you attended school, and I think everybody has passed kindergarten or first grade. Okay, but many have developed this, have pretty much thrown that away and developed what some would just simply call a narcissistic behavior. And you can see that IRL, you can see it online, virtual world, on any kind of social media. It doesn't have to be big, it can be small, in between. But it's an attitude that, like I said, I'm pretty sure, I would say most of us were taught very young, and we will continue to be taught this. And that is basically, when it comes down to it, is cheating. I'm not talking about, a man and woman, well, whatever kind of relationship, somebody's cheating on that person, but it can lead to that kind of mentality. But it's like cheating in other ways. When you're in school, you're taught you can't cheat by, taking a test by looking at somebody else's, whether they answering on their test. You can't take, somebody else's work, like if you're having a science project in school. You can't steal the other person's work, their idea, and do the same. Like, it's just not allowed. These things, all the way through college and university, these are not allowed. But these days, I've seen so many people on different kinds of social media, not just YouTube, not just Facebook, or not just this, but they will take another person's idea and make it their own. And I've done videos after videos on this, the copycats. Okay, but this one, it's interesting. It's the same thing, but it had a twist to it. Yeah. I had just recently made a video, it was probably a couple weeks ago, and I uploaded it, but it was involving, it was busy, it was too busy. It had basically involved on how I feel about outing people who do this, and the ways they can do that, but it can be dangerous to some people. It depends on the situations. I wouldn't be giving anybody any advice. But it was too busy. But this one, is basic story goes like this. And I just recently, yesterday, saw this happening again in numbers, huge numbers. And it was people stealing other people's ideas. Okay. Video I haven't made public. I might. I mentioned this about recently on YouTube. The AI is not allowing the search filters. Like if you want to search a certain topic and you want it this week or today, people who've uploaded today or this week or this month or whatever filter you want to put in, those filters aren't working, and there's a reason. I think the reason is because of something I'm not even going to mention either, that happened. And it's been doing this since around the 14th of this month, March. And so nobody can search for something like what today. Okay, it's going to show things from years ago. I've seen as much as 8 or 9 years. And it's usually not usually, it is the popular ones from whatever search words you put in. So newer people, that's a whole different video. But so you're not going to, but basically you're not going to find new ideas. You have to search, not search, but you have to go down, keep trying to find something from today, or, if you put in today. But you're not really going to have it easy to find new ideas. Okay? Now here it is. People I've seen were admitting to that this is what they rely on, as if it's a given. They're entitled to it, to be able to search for whatever it is today so they can take those ideas. You see? They're stealing somebody else's idea and making it their own. Like if they search for this, something about narcissism, and they see a title to somebody's video, say, oh, I'm going to do one on that. Okay, it sounds like something new. That is theft. That's stealing. Okay, you go back to school. Let's go back to the school days. Your school days. Now, you're you're taking an exam or something like that, and the next person over writes something down, you can't go look over there and say, okay, I'm going to write that down too. That's cheating. Okay, see? Think about it. Think about it. You're cheating. So what happened to this? I mean, you were taught not to, I would imagine. Can't say that 100%. But you were taught not to. But what happens when you become an adult? Adults are also, in college and university, and they're taught that in college and university, and you can continue. You don't have to have gone to college or university. Like I said, kindergarten, first grade, you're taught these things. But you just say, that doesn't apply to me? What kind of mentality is that? Really? Seriously, think about this. What kind of mentality? Who has that kind of mentality? You're entitled to steal somebody else's ideas? And I'm using that word, steal. Okay? You think you're entitled to it. Wow. Who thinks like that? What kind of person thinks like that? Anyway, like I was saying, okay, the AI is messed up. You can't do the filters. And I did find videos people had made that were recent since this happened. And it took some searching a different way without the filters, because the filters weren't working, okay? But maybe not many had happened in the past. But anyway, the people were, people who were leaving comments on those videos were commenting that this is how they get their new ideas, like I just said. And they did not seem to have, they seemed like they were ticked off at YouTube's AI, that it was causing them problems. Wow, they weren't able to make new, have new videos. They weren't able to make new videos and make more money because of YouTube. They're blaming it on YouTube, to have that, not have the AI doing right. Think about how self-centered this is. They're mad that YouTube's AI, and when this was a serious problem, why they did it this way. But it's all about them, to them. And them making money, and them still being able to steal people's ideas as though they are entitled. The whole thing all around really gets to me. Now, I have seen this kind of thing in my real life. Not real life, this is real life too. But, we just say, as old as the IRL in real life. But I have seen this since I was a child. Seriously, a child. That people like this, they have such, what we used to just simply call gumption. And they really do feel this entitlement. Okay, this is nothing new, but I will say this. At 55 years old, I have seen this all my life. It's worsened. And it continues to worsen. Now, I'm not the only person who would think that way, at all. I just don't think that I am. But what I've seen is the people who do this, they're not very smart at all. They didn't apply themselves to gain what it needs to be able to think, to think for themselves. They don't really think for themselves. They're so used to cheating. Like when you're a child in, anybody, any grade, any level, cheating. That's how they learn to get by, is to cheat. To cheat, to steal. Well, this kind of thing, by the way, does catch up with you. Okay, now you know that I don't think in terms of one size fits all, but I have seen it. 55 years old, I have seen it, especially as they get older. Yeah. Karma bites them hard. Bad karma. They built up bad karma. See, I don't usually use the word karma, but I think more people understand that. They've really done people wrong, and this kind of cheating starts to develop a mentality they have, and it starts to spread, within them over everything, this entitlement. And think of all the problems, things, real life situations, face to face or whatever. What kind of problems can that cause a person who has that kind of mentality? That they are due, that they own everything in the world, and even if it really truly belongs to somebody else, they're going to take it. Really think about that. What's going to happen? Is karma going to bite them, or they're just going to get so cocky, so arrogant, so deserving, so entitled, that they're going to screw up big time? Now, some might say that's me wishful thinking, No, it's not me wishful thinking. Like I said, I have seen it plenty of times. Yeah, because this is how it just spreads. It becomes so much of them that they don't really think in any other way that they're not deserving. They don't think that, wait a minute, they don't take in consideration there are other people here. You know, that they might not appreciate me taking their stuff. It goes flying out of their mind, you know, year after year, that they don't see as anything wrong with taking whatever they want. Yeah. Eventually, if they live long enough, it catches up with them. You know, it does catch up with them. I have seen it plenty of times, and now I can't say that, like I said, 100% across the board, no. Yeah, there might be some who get by, but think about it. If you start to really develop that mentality that you're owed everything, that everything is your due, you're entitled to it, so on and so forth, how's it going to wind up? Really. And I think we need to start making more awareness of this kind of problem that we have. But instead, what I've seen lately is more of as though that's the spirit of the times. You know, that, oh, well, this is allowed now. You know, you should know if you put something out, you know, to the world that everybody can steal it. I mean, this can be on anything. Say somebody does a DIY, makes something really creative and beautiful. You know, they're in a, you know, it could be a Facebook group or a YouTube channel, both, something, Twitter, whatever. And there's a lot of people making things and stating, you know, showing this is the things that they make, and everybody's saying, oh, nice, you know, but somebody else wants all the attention, so they take that one person, everybody's ideas, and just switch it up just a little bit so they can say that it's their original one. You see, I mean, eventually some people are going to get angry. You know, I'm not justifying any kind of anger or any kind of whatever happens after that. But yeah, you know, this kind of mentality needs to be stopped. It needs to be, you know, said, hey, you can't do this. This is wrong. Okay? Okay, but the awareness is the thing to me, because, like I said, these kind of people can be dangerous when they're so used to getting their way. Yeah, so going, you know, head on with them might not be a good idea. It just depends, really. But I think awareness of it for people to be more, you know, how they've forgotten since grade school even, or, you know, high school, college, university, why they've forgotten that, no, you don't take somebody else's idea and then, you know, say, okay, this person's doing wrong. I'm not going to watch this person anymore. I'm not going to read their, you know, Facebook. I'm not going to be joining. You know, we're going to block them, you know, take them out of groups and whatever because they're doing wrong. You see? This one's becoming too busy too. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, but I want to see, what do you think? Have you noticed that some people are more accepting of this these days? Okay, you can steal, you can cheat, you can do whatever. And speaking of cheating, is that part of the mentality that might develop? You know, the infidelity type cheating. Think about it. All right, if you want to comment, you can comment below. If you want to subscribe to this channel, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles, like, subscribe, comment, and share on your own social media if you would. And I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.